And this is Lunar Legacy saying hello and welcome to the alpaca farm. This is Indy. He's trying to say hello to you. He likes to chew on people. That's his favorite thing. And his buddy there, Zorro, is 18 years old. He was the first baby alpaca we ever had born. And then there's Victoria. Can I get a kiss? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Kiss, please. I'm Barb Sodoms, and I am the owner at Shepherd's Creek Alpaca Farm in Trumansburg, New York. And we've had alpacas for almost 20 years. In the early 2000s, which is when we bought alpacas, you could buy a female, breed her, and sell those babies. And alpacas were selling for $15,000 to $20,000 a piece. My first animal I paid $15,000 for, but I sold my first baby alpaca for $25,000. That bubble burst right around the same time as the recession, so 2008 to 2010. Right in that era, a lot of people, they couldn't sell their animals anymore, and a lot of people jumped out of the business. And a lot of alpacas ended up in rescues. It was quite a tough time. Probably, I would say 75% of the farms that I have been friends with and known in the industry are no longer in the industry. So we're kind of diehard. It's really hard to catch. This is Apollo. Apollo. Yes, that's where you're going. I mean, even his head has beautiful fiber. Right? Typically, if you have an alpaca like Apollo that we're marketing, and he's been out in the shows and he's got, 22 banners, blah, blah, blah. Everybody kind of knows Apollo. He's got a great name, too. It's very memorable. So people out west even kind of know who he is. He's the second highest ranking male in the country as far as his points for shows. So all alpaca breeders don't go to shows, first of all. It's really primarily a marketing venue.
And in first place, Royal Diamante's Rockstar.
Right there, here we go. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
It's an evaluation of your animals. So the judges at alpaca shows are international, very experienced judges that have to recertify every year. When you take an animal in front of a judge and they say, great animal, and give you a blue ribbon, that is basically confirming that your animal is a good quality animal. Either at shows, people will approach us and say, we'd like to get a breeding to Apollo for this female. And we tell them what our stud fee is for him. And there's a couple options. If they live within a few hours, they can check their female's receptivity. So they're receptive every week or so. They want to breed. And if they're receptive, they can drive them here and they will do a breeding right then. Apollo's always ready. Actually does what are called drive-by breedings, which means I drive him to a farm where there's a female that they want to breed to him. And he gets out of my minivan, which he rides in my minivan. He gets out and he does his thing with the female and gets back in and comes home. And then they'll put her back in the van or the trailer and take her back home. And it's about an 80% success rate doing that. They're called drive-by breedings. This thing with Apollo and with this line of animals that we purchased 5 years ago and then have added to is the first time in the 20 years that we've been doing this that we've done this well. So for them, as long as there's a group, they're safe. So it's interesting, when they go out to the pasture, even though these guys we have 3 separate groups right now, they all will go out at the same time and all come back at the same time. So these guys, their fleece grows perpendicular to their body, just like a sheep. Sheep will die from parasites quite often, and that's the reason. So one of the reasons we got alpacas instead of sheep or goats was because they're so clean and so easy to clean up after. I mean, I got alpacas partly because you never have to kill them. You shear them for their fleece, and then their fleece grows back. It's a wonderful thing. They're sustainable. I mean, when people buy animals from me, I teach them everything. They know how to feed them, care for them, handle them, what facilities they need. And that's more common today by far. There's so much involved. And so I really caution people that are interested in becoming breeders.